Radio 2.
Good morning, Abbids, and welcome to another collection of great sounds from the 60s, starting with the Kinks' first success in the UK when they topped the charts in 1964 with You Really Got Me.
You really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. Don't ever set me free. I always wanna be by your side. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. See, don't ever set me free. I always wanna be by your side. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me.
The first major success for the Kinks. Requests during the first hour of this week's show will be for records by Paul Jones, the Marcels, Don Partridge, the Mark Lehmann 5 as a playing hard-to-get contribution, and Steve Race in memory of the eminent broadcaster who died in June this year. Now, in relation to our next disc, I have to say how often one learns, sadly, of dissension between members of once famous writing and recording partnerships, and it was certainly experienced by Jan and Dean. According to several sources, Dean Torrance wasn't even present for the recording of the track that we're going to play now. To this day, no one knows for certain who sings with Jan on this record, but the falsetto voice is believed to be that of P.F. Sloan, subsequent writer of The Eve of Destruction. Before release, Jan is known to have taken out part of the third verse, replacing it with a harmonica interlude, though the missing words were printed on the picture sleeve of the US release of The Little Old Lady from Pasadena.
It's the little old lady from Pasadena.
The little old lady from Pasadena
Granny go, granny go, granny go.
has a pretty little flower bed of white gardenias,
Granny go, granny go, granny go.
but parked in a rickety old garage is a brand new shiny red super stock Dodge. And everybody's saying that there's nobody meaner than the little old lady from Pasadena.
She drives me fast and she drives me hard.
She's the terror of Colorado Boulevard.
It's the little old lady from Pasadena.
If you see her on the street, don't try to choose her.
Granny go, granny go, granny go.
You might drive a goer, but you'll never lose her.
Granny go, granny go, granny go.
Well, she's gonna get a ticket now sooner or later, 'cause she can't keep her foot off the accelerator. And everybody's saying that there's nobody meaner than the little old lady from Pasadena.
She drives me fast and she drives me hard.
She's the terror of Colorado Boulevard.
It's the little old lady from Pasadena.
she'll give him a lick, then she'll shut him down. And everybody's saying that there's nobody meaner than the little old lady from Pasadena.
She drives real fast and she drives real hard.
She's the terror of Colorado Boulevard.
It's the little old lady from Pasadena.
Come on,
Jan and Dean, well, Jan and somebody at any rate, recorded in 1964, and leading to our first request from Rhys Watkins of Redditch, who tells me that he's been a regular listener for 5 years while driving his daughter Hannah to a weekly rehearsal with the Birmingham Youth Wind Band. But Hannah's off to university soon and has played her last concert with the youth orchestra at Symphony Hall. Rhys says he'll miss their drives together and asks us to play Paul Jones' solo hit from 1966, High Time.
High time, long time, daytime, nighttime. High time, long time, daytime, nighttime. High time, I had such a good time. My baby stayed a long time. Now she's gone away, I must stay. But I know I'll wait forever till we get together. High time, long time, now I'm small time. High time, every day was sunshine. You got to last a long time. I've seen the last of you, I'm telling you. I'm not gonna let you get me. I know she won't forget me. High time, now I'm in between time. Baby, come back, baby, come back. Your daddy will wait forever for you. Baby, come back, baby, come back. Your daddy is here, and there's nothing to fear. Ooh, high time, soon we're gonna be in big time. The greatest girl of all time is coming back to me, and you'll see we'll have our high time together, making love forever. High time, long time, daytime, nighttime. Ooh, high time, long time, daytime, nighttime. I'm telling you, high time, long time, daytime. Now to listen to me now.
Paul Jones' first solo hit after leaving Manfred Mann. Back in '62, when Paul was an undergraduate at Oxford, he was invited by Brian Jones to join a group that he was helping put together, but he turned this down as he'd just joined a dance band in Slough. Brian went on, of course, to be a founder of the Rolling Stones, but we believe Paul has no regrets over what might have been, as he went on to build a long and lasting career for himself anyway. Our next song is one that in 1981 became a #1 hit for Soft Cell, but was first recorded back in '64 by Gloria Jones, who'd just been given a contract by Capitol's subsidiary Uptown Records, for whom she cut this song written by Ed Cobb, formerly of the Four Preps, Tainted Love.
Sometimes I feel I've got to run away. I've got to get away from the pain you drive into the heart of me. The love we share seems to go nowhere, and our love's not right. For I toss and turn, I can't sleep at night. Once I read to you, now I run from you. The tender love you're giving, I give you all a girl can give you. Take not, give, and that's not living. Oh, tainted love.
Gloria Jones' recording of a song by Ed Cobb, who discovered her and signed her to his newly assembled Greengrass production company. And we're going to hear next Jason Merriweather. Who's that, do you ask? Well, he was born in South Wales with the real name of David Spencer and had a number one in 1960 with Tell Laura I Love Her under the name of Ricky Valance, but never managed another hit, although he released several more singles. So in 1963, he decided to try his hand at acting and landed several small parts in TV dramas such as No Hiding Place and The Planemakers. In 1969, he recorded this one-off single for the Tiny Crystal label, insisting on changing his name for this cover of an American hit by Ruby and the Romantics. When it was released, his voice had been speeded up, making him sound like a Smurf. But this is the original recording without any tricks of My Summer Love.
One summer ago, as I gazed into her eyes, I knew that I'd found my summer love. Now I must forget that one summer ago, with her lips so close to mine, I shared my summer love for a time. For soon the summer ended, for the leaves lay on the ground, and all the love that she'd pretended was nowhere to be found. How was I to know, as the sun went from the sky, I'd hear my summer love say goodbye? For soon the summer ended, for the leaves lay on the ground, and all the love that she pretended was nowhere to be found. How was I to know, as the sun went from the sky, I'd hear my summer love say goodbye? One summer ago, as I gazed into her eyes, I knew that I'd found my summer love.
So now you know, Jason Merriweather was Ricky Valance, who was really David Spencer. And that brings us to this week's Stuck On to USA, and a single by Danish guitarist Jorgen Ingman, who with his wife Greta won the Eurovision Song Contest held in England in 1962 with Dancerbys. The previous year he recorded a cover of The Shadows' Apache as the B-side of Echo Boogie, and when that record was released in America, it was decided to flip it, and in the first week of April, Ingman's Apache climbed to number 2 and remained there for 2 weeks. Major Danish star guitarist Jorgen Ingman, recorded in 1961. And from that to your request, Maggie Dilley. Maggie says that she had intended to suggest a tribute to the male bass backing vocalists on the Marcels' Blue Moon, but then heard us play their disc with Johnny Cymbal, Mr. Bassman. So could we now play the Marcels record for all those who look back fondly on the 60s and really appreciate sounds of the 60s on Saturday mornings? Well, that fits tidily into this spot today, Maggie, as in the US, in the week that Jorgen Ingman peaked at number 2, the Marcels' Blue Moon knocked Elvis Presley's Surrender off number 1 and remained there for 3 weeks, till along came Del Shannon's Runaway to take over prime position.
Dang dang dang, ding it on ding, blue moon, 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 blue moon, dip 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 dip, moon, 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 blue moon, dip dip dip, moon, 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 blue moon, dip dip dip, bomb 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 bomb, dang dang dang, ding it on ding, blue moon, moon, moon,
You saw me standing alone without a dream in my heart, without a love of my
bomb, dang dang dang, ding it on ding, blue moon.
You knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really care for. And then there suddenly appeared before me the only one my heart would ever hold. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon had said to God, blue moon. Now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own.
Dang dang dang, ding it on ding, blue. Dang dang dang, ding it on ding, blue. Dang dang dang, ding it on ding, blue moon.
The Marcels' popular, if outrageous, version of Blue Moon. In 1961, Fontella Bass was singing at a carnival show in Mississippi and discovered there by sax player Oliver Sane, who recruited her to sing with Little Milton's band, with whom she recorded her first single the following year. Well, after being sacked from the band, she moved to Chicago and recorded under the direction of Ike Turner, moonlighting as soul singer Sabrina. Having racked up an impressive CV, she went along to Chess Records, who offered her a contract, and a few months later, ironically, she was back working with Oliver Sane, who produced her in his own composition, The Soul of a Man.
Something too deep for anyone else to see, and the whole world wants to know why I love him so, but I'm afraid they just wouldn't understand. My love for a man every tear I shed. I know it's wasted in vain, but there's something I can't reveal that I so deeply feel. Oh, it must be, it's gotta be the soul of a man. I cried and I cried till I just can't cry no more. I know the man don't love me, but he won't let me go. He controls my heart, my mind and my soul. And he's got the power to make me stay, yeah, yeah, when I really wanna go. The soul of a man turns my mind around, takes my helpless heart and turn it upside down. And the whole world wants to know why I love him so. Oh, it must be the soul of a man.
A mid-60s release by Fontella Bass. And next a request from Jim Walker, who lives in Grimsby and remembers seeing Don Partridge perform his third single, Top Man, on TV in 1968. But after a few plays on radio, it faded away into obscurity. Now, Jim always thought this a superb track, but as a 13-year-old schoolboy, money was tight, and after keeping up with his favourite bands, the Beatles and the Move, there wasn't much left. So he'd love to hear Top Man played again after 41 years.
Top man, never gonna be a top man. Top man, life's too short to be a top man. The things I like too much. The bumblebees and the birds and such. So I'll never find the time to be a top man. I like to walk where the city ends. I like to talk to a few real friends. I like to lie in the field of clover. I make love when day's trick is over. So pretty girl, whoa, pretty girl, just take me the way I am.
on Partridge's third release, which unfortunately wasn't a hit, but he did manage one more small one with the song he'd co-written with Alan Young called Breakfast on Pluto. Now, after Marmalade's chart-topping cover of the Beatles' Obla-Dee Obla-Da, they had one more top 40 hit for CBS before signing to Decca, where they were given a free hand in the choice of material. In fact, they made the top 10 with this song by Tony McCauley, Baby Make It Soon.
If you're coming home like your letters say, and the place you're staying now ain't too far away, can you write tonight just to let me know? 'Cause since you've been away, girl, I've missed you so. You won't let me down, 'cause I'm sure you're homeward bound, and you'll be back safe and sound, 'cause I just know. Baby, make it soon, make it soon. I can't wait another day. Make it soon, make it soon. Lord, I know I need you. Come on, baby, make it soon, make it soon. I need you right away. Make it soon, make it soon. Lord, I gotta see you right back here, here in my arms. If you're coming home like you promised to, will you write tonight and tell me what you're gonna do? 'Cause I'm lonely now, and I'm gonna stay that way till I hold you so tightly in my arms again. You won't let me down, 'cause I'm sure you're homeward bound, and you'll be back safe and sound, 'cause I just know. Baby, make it soon, make it soon. I can't wait another day. Make it soon, make it soon. Lord, I know I need you. Come on, baby, make it soon, make it soon. I need you right away. Make it soon, make it soon. Lord, I gotta see you right back here, here in my arms. You won't let me down, 'cause I'm sure you're homeward bound, and you'll be back safe and sound, 'cause I just know. Whoa, baby, make it soon, make it soon. I can't wait another day. Make it soon, make it soon. Lord, I know I need you. Come on, baby, make it soon, make it soon. I need you right away. Make it soon, make it soon. Lord, I gotta see you come back, baby. Make it soon, make it soon. Lord, I gotta see you. Come on, baby, make it soon, make it soon. I gotta see you, baby. Make it soon, make it soon. Lord, I know I need you. Come on, baby, make it soon, make it soon. Lord, I gotta.
A 1969 CBS release by Marmalade. And having mentioned their previous chart-topping Beatles cover, that's the feature we come to now, with another cover of the same White Album song, Obla-Dee Obla-Da, made that same year by Arthur Conley.
Desmond has a barrel in the marketplace. Molly is the singer and a band. Desmond said to Molly, "Girl, I like your face." And Molly said this when she takes him by the hand. Molly, my life goes on, yeah. La 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 la, life goes
Arthur Conley, 1969, with yet another cover of that Beatles song, leading us to a great contribution from the lads themselves, Things We Said Today, written by Paul and originally intended for the film A Hard Day's Night. In the end, director Dick Lester decided against using the song, but it does appear as the B-side to the Hard Day's Night single, and it's on the LP. Paul wrote Things We Said Today while on holiday in the Bahamas with girlfriend Jane Asher, Ringo and his wife Maureen. John and George were also holidaying, but they chose a round-the-world trip instead. It's a measure of the group's amazing professionalism that just 6 days after Paul returned to England with this new song, the Beatles were ready to record it, completing it in only 3 takes. And they couldn't have had much time to rehearse it over those 6 days. They also recorded 5 other songs and performed a concert. Paul wrote Things We Said Today about his relationship with Jane Asher, Paul realising that with both of them being so busy, Jane as an actress, they would have precious little time together, so he'd take comfort from the memory of the things that they had said on that day. The song was a particular favourite of John Lennon. The version we'll play is one that the group recorded at BBC Radio Studios in July '64.
It's Top of the Pops from London. Join us in a get-together in our London studio with the tops in Britain today with the McGill 5, Mark Winter, Brian Poole, the Tremolos, Dusty Springfield, and the Beatles. Well, hello there. This is Brian Matthew in this London studio, bidding you a very warm welcome to the show. And gathered all around me are some of the brightest and best stars on the British pop scene today. And now hold everything, because here are those 4 lively, likeable lads from Liverpool who've made the greatest impact on the pop music scene throughout the world in living memory. Yes, it's none other than John, Paul, George and Ringo, the Beatles. And their last one for us today is called The Things We Said Today.
BBC Radio 2.
I'm Malcolm McLaren, and in the many years I've lived in Paris, there have been few places where I haven't found something connected to Serge Gainsbourg.
Join Malcolm McLaren for a journey around Paris to discover the real Serge Gainsbourg.
Very important for you to know specifically about Gainsbourg. Lack of identity, self-doubt, no roots. A man must have roots, he always said.
Le Chanson de Serge, the Serge Gainsbourg story, with Malcolm McLaren.
You need to know where Serge was coming from.
Tuesday night from 10:30 on BBC Radio 2.
To join the circus, gonna be a broken-hearted clown. Paint my face with a good-for-nothing smile, cause a mean, fickle woman turned my whole world upside down. Farewell to love, I'm off to join the circus. Gotta find a way to hide my tears. Bet I'll have them rolling in the aisle and I'll forget that woman if it takes 100 years. Oh, step right up and take a look at a fool. He has got a heart as stubborn as a mule. Come on, everybody, he's good for a laugh, and no one could tell his heart is broken in half. Well, the joke's on me, I'm off to join the circus. Oh, Mr. Barnum, save a place for me. Shoot me out of a cannon, I don't care. Let the people point at me and stare. I'll tell the world that woman, wherever she may be, that mean, fickle woman made a crying clown out of me. Shoot me out of a cannon, I don't care. Let the people point at me and stare. I'll tell the world that woman, wherever she may be, that mean, fickle woman made a crying clown out of me. Goodbye, cruel world. Goodbye, cruel world. Goodbye, cruel world.
James Darren's 1961 recording of a song written by Gloria Shane in distress over her husband's affair with another woman. She took the song around to read to her psychiatrist and then visited recording engineer and writer Brooks Arthur, asking for his help in finishing the song. Arthur said he was too busy, but he might well have regretted his decision as Gloria finished the song herself, and Goodbye Cruel World became a US number 3 and a top 30 hit in the UK. And so to a playing hard to get contribution from Derek Parcell in Montreal, North America, where he says there's no shortage of 60s radio stations playing British invasion music, but their playlists are very limited, which is why you find sounds of the 60s so refreshing. Well, thank you. Could we therefore find for him the Mark Lehmann Fives version of the Nina Simone revival, Forbidden Fruit? When this was made, Mark Lehmann had tragically been killed in a road accident and was replaced by Roger Peacock.
But Eve got tempted and she tried it, just as only women do. She teased a man, he decided, man, I'm gonna try something too. Go on and Eve, mighty sweet girl, what a treat. Go ahead and bite it, bet you be delighted. When they made a full confession, the Lord said, I see, I guess I'll have to teach you a lesson about not minding me. Go on and leave it, mighty sweet, quite a treat. You went and did it, now you're gonna get it. Kids and all, placed on the label, laws on Adam, made that snake to fall. Ever since the days of Eden, folks been simple in mind. Nowadays, they're even eating apples in their pie. Go on and eat, mighty sweet, it's quite a treat.
Any hope the Mark Lehmann 5 might have had of scoring a hit with that was dashed when the Nashville Teens released their version, grabbing all the press and airplay, claiming incorrectly that the Lehmann Group had stolen the idea of recording the song from them. If that's true, then shame on them, I say. And next, Billy Fay, who was a self-taught pianist in his teen years and started writing songs while studying electronics at Bangor University. Manager of Unit 4+2, John Barker, heard some of these and arranged a demo session using members of the Roulettes and gained a signing to Decca. Then Honey Bus turned down a song called Warwick Town, and Bill recorded it for his debut album, and it's now on his CD From the Bottom of an Old Grandfather Clock, recently released on the Wooden Hill label.
In a dell by Warwick Town walks a maiden who wears a frown, little baby on her shoulder, and her eyes are low cast down. No one knows where she is bound. People say that she's been around. Little baby on her shoulder, and her eyes are low cast down. Town walks a maiden who loved a man, but that man was born to wander with his eyes so low cast down.
recorded by Bill Fay in 1968, now available again on a new CD. And we're going to end side one this week with a tribute to the fine musician and broadcaster Steve Race, who died on the 27th of June at the age of 88. For many years in the 60s, he was a neighbour of the collector and helped him to start his collection by giving him batches of singles he no longer required himself. I'm also grateful to Steve for talking me out of smoking during a radio programme we were doing together, and although I shamefully started again, it wasn't for very long. So thank you for that, Steve. Richard Coghill of Crystal Palace asked us to play Steve's hit single that he'd written for himself and orchestra, The Pied Piper, to accompany a dance he created called the Beach. We're very happy to play that now, before we break for the 9 o'clock Radio 2 news summary. Side 2 of Sounds of the 60s continues after the news. This is BBC Radio 2 online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM.